storyline, team name. Yeah,
listen, Sumner, we have already had many upsetting storylines in this week, so why not just continue it? But for now, we're going to watch Immortals making their way over towards the B bomb side, and there's a big stack of Cloud9 members on the other side, starting with Automatic. Headshot coming through, nothing will follow it up. He's going to be going down a Phelps, but it still means Immortals a man down. Good shot from Steel, though. He's going to take out Shroud, and Phelps will fall next. No bomb plant, plenty of time, but they don't have the health for it, and they're going to go down at the same time, which is obviously great news. One is not going to be missing the other. They're both out of the world immediately.
Right, no chance to even realize, Anders, the suffering. There is no suffering. Cloud9 are ruthless. Or merciful, depends on how you look at it. So
I would go for merciful. I think that's considerate.
You think it's good? I mean, this is going to be fair. Oh, wait a second. Okay, there we go. I was waiting for it. I was like, Scott, that would be a bit of a stretch if you stuck on the USP, right? Because
check this out. This is interesting. We've seen people go for this kind of buy regularly, but there's a lot of Molotovs in this buy. That's not a common sort of amount of Molotovs, so they just going to use them to clear corners. I was kind of hoping they had a setup for the B bomb side, if they can fire out some of these big positions early on for Cloud9. Nothing is by the statue. Stewie's looking into connector. It could be interesting if they could maybe get some good use in them. They're going to use one of them for the chicken coop. That's Phelps putting that one in. And up on the boost, great thinking by Immortals. No one's there, but it's still such a good idea. Stewie going to go for the spray down with the UMP. He picks up the one kill, and nothing will follow it up. So Immortals still a man down. The bomb plant, oh, it's going to be denied by Stewie. That's definitely a big kill.
Dude, all of this utility, look at this. It's permanent flashbangs just going out onto this site as the push began. Ever since, it's been nothing but flashes. That allows for the deny on the bomb plant, and that's going to be an Immortals, well, who have basically been denied everything in this round. They get a single kill on nothing. That's not quite good enough. I mean, if you're making that investment in the round, no bomb plant, a single kill.
Still, I so desperately wish that I'm almost upset at Cloud9 that they weren't holding Chicken Coop and the boost box, because that, imagine if that works, you know? You get both those players scrambling as you're pushing in. I still think that's a very cool idea. Creative and innovative play coming out of Immortals. I think that's a good way to get started. Now, going into this round, they really don't have a lot.
I'm actually surprised at the investment here from Cloud9 into this round, considering they know it's going to be a hard eco. After basically slapping them around in the last one, they're just spending so much money on utility. Just a little risky. I mean, if you get caught, you know, it can always happen that you get caught. And then all of those nades, all that investment goes away, and you might be stunted for the next round, essentially. Nothing just wanted to have that pistol for himself, that Glock. Thinks it's a cool skin.
A bit greedy, isn't it? You already had the FAMAS and the P2000. It's a good headshot. Double kill for nothing so far. Tapping away, and Phelps, I mean, I don't even blame him for challenging that. Why not? I don't think much really matters in this round. Somehow Steel gets his hands on a FAMAS here and actually hits a headshot on Skadoodle. The grenade, oh no! Steel, get out of the way! He's going to make it past the corner. Would have been a horrible way to go.
That would have been sick if Scott could have got that. Oh, Shroud with the timing. He has the incendiary. He's actually going to use it. Look at this, Shroud. Going for the brave play, still gets headshot. Not sure if did he get headshot from a teammate there? What is that?
So unnecessarily aggressive, trying to see if he can push down in the round that they've essentially already won. What is all this shoulder peeking? A really long and inane fight that eventually ends up the way that it started, with Cloud9 taking a third now. Now, this is all par for the course. Now it gets interesting. Immortals look like a team right now that are definitely fired up. We should point out, the way the system works here is whoever wins, they directly qualify into the qualifier.
Right.
The loser gets to play the winner of the other two matches that we've got going on. So that's it.
I mean, TSM and Muffin Lightning. Muffin Lightning are still in the fight. You're right. They're going to be in the loser match that comes up next after this.
Muffin Lightning.
It's such a baller name. What is this?
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing.
Especially because they have like that little lightning bolt on the muffin.
I mean, there's some real branding there. If they make it as a big team, imagine the sponsorships they could pick up. There must be just a chain of, you know, cupcake chain or something that can maybe capitalize on that. I would be into that.
Oh.
What even is Muffin Lightning anyway?
I know, right? It's just one of those things. It's like a password. You know, it's just somebody who put two words together. Like, nobody would ever guess Muffin Lightning.
And nobody would. Automatic, flashed in. Actually, the timing was a little bit off, but he still picks up the kill. Now Skadoodle in some trouble. But that scout leg shot puts Steel on just 5 health, yet he's still the one pushing up. And it's because Henny's the one who has the bomb, which means if he goes down like Steel just did, the bomb would be lost for good, basically. Shroud, good angle on Phelps, who looked like he wasn't expecting that position at all. Bolts and Henny, 2 versus 4. What do you even do at this point in time? They have 1 smoke.
Yeah, it's a shame that the AK didn't drop down there for Shroud. Might be just a little miffed about that. But the defense is already established here on the site. Stewie still alive on the site itself. He goes for the jump. He's spotted Bolt, so he even hits a jump shot? Are you kidding me?
It's not too bad. I mean, a little bit of damage being put into him. We're down to 25 seconds. They are all here. Great shot from Henny. Gonna be taking down Skadoodle. Now Shroud and Nothing coming in from the same angle. Bolt's gonna get a headshot on Nothing. It's all down to a one-on-one. Shroud, UMP versus the 100 health and AK on Henny, and he's got 10 seconds. He's going to go for the plant here, and Shroud can't stop it. This is going to be a really tough fight for Shroud, and he gets instantly knocked out. What a great round from Immortals. 2 versus 4 victory. That's sending a message.
That's unreal. And exactly, a 2v4 win. And a lot of this is just from repeated peaks. Stewie challenges, steps out into the open, loses the duel versus Bolts, and then it's just everybody on Cloud9 faced one at a time, essentially. Like that's a pretty brutal turn of events, but it's not how it's supposed to be done.
Here's something that's worth considering right now, I think. Because of how mad the actual qualifier is going to be and how incredibly mad the major is going to be in itself, because of so many big questions about some of the top teams, like SK, like Na'Vi. We're not really sure where they're going to end up at the end of it. This, for either of these 2 teams, if they sort of get their acts together and if they improve going into sort of the Christmas break and then into the major, this could be the beginning of the storyline for them. You know, whoever makes it here, they're going to make it through. If they can make it for the next qualifier, it'll be a really long runway to actually get to the major. But still, it's worth paying attention right now, because you are going to be seeing one of these 2 teams later on. So if you want to learn, if you don't know anything about them, now is a good time to get started. They've lost Lucas early on, but Phelps will get a really good refrag there, taking down Nothing. Let me get a 4-on-4. Stewie out on the plateau. A dangerous position. He's alone. Shroud is trying to get in there and help him, but actually Stewie's going to ramp up the aggression, and he almost gets the kill.
There's the refrag, though. Shroud is able to get the shot onto Steel, who's leading the way. And we're into a 3-on-3. Everybody rotated over here for Cloud9. 50 seconds left on the clock, so Immortals, they still have a little bit of time to work with, but they have no nades left. 3 flashes for Cloud9. Immortals, not a single one. So they're going to have to hit headshots. They have to count on Cloud9, repeating the mistakes of the last round, peeking one at a time, trying to take duels.
Yeah, and this mid-round slowdown that they're engaging in now, where they just don't do anything for a good 15 seconds, is designed to have Cloud9 come and peek them. They really want Cloud9 to get a bit anxious and go for the fight. And Automatic, is he going to get spotted? Phelps is right there. This is a great positional play from Phelps, but he doesn't spot Automatic. I really did like that idea. Bolt is going to be walking in, going for the long-range spray. He's going to go down. Automatic picking up a 2nd kill, and that leaves Henny dropped as well. Triple kill for Automatic. It'll be 4-1. A reset that just happens a little bit too early for Immortals. They needed another round to be able to continue the buy.
Tough break. This is such smart positional play coming in here from Automatic. Never overextending. Taking his fights when he has to and then backing off. Henny was looking for the trade. If he'd have got that into a 1v1, that'd have been a very tricky situation there for Cloud9. Instead, it's Cloud9 resetting Immortals' economy. No bomb plant for Immortals. No bonus money in their pockets. And so back to the P250 pistol. And it's a hard eco as well. Apart from just the P250s and the Tech-9s, no nades to work with, no Kevlar. And, well, a change of pace here, actually, or a change of positioning. They're going for A long with many more players than they have in the past. Unfortunately for Phelps, he gets caught out early.
It's a hard way to go. And Automatic and Skadoodle have fallen back, so it's very hard to get to Skadoodle when he's in this position, because backup is going to be there. They have to cross the line that Automatic is going to be covering anyway to even get close. And oh, a 2-for-1. Lucas and Bolts out of the round. And Henny now 1 versus 5. Style points coming in from Skadoodle.
Henny's aim is pretty good right now, though. That is a nice shot to get with the P250. Shroud blindsided. But all in all, a fairly solid round coming in for Cloud9. Still working on building that economy. They just can't seem to get their feet under them, Cloud9. On the CT side, that is. But this is still going to cut it a bit close. Immortals without a bomb plant in this round. It means another round of pistols for them. Half-buy coming through here. They have to be patient. Immortals, this is their map pick. But it is far from over here. We're still early on in the half. I mean, even if Cloud9 gets up to 6 rounds on CT side, you can still turn it around if you're Immortals. one round, like if they can keep getting kills with these pistols, one round win for Immortals means Cloud9 on an eco, and then it's Immortals game. So we'll see how that pans out.
It has to be soon, and they are suffering from a couple of different issues. They keep getting themselves into a 3v3 or 2v2, which is actually not that easy. But once they do that, they just can't bring it home. And they have another problem, which is the fact that Lucas hasn't killed anyone yet. He's at 0-0-6 right now. He obviously has to get on the board. They need more than just Henny and Bolts here doing the hard work. Shroud, headshot mid-air. Phelps never got to feel the ground underneath his feet, and Steel, last person left in the round, and does do a lot of damage for nothing, but not enough for a kill. So 6-1 is going to be the scoreline, and Lucas, Agent Lucas, again with a license not to kill anyone.
Exactly. What is going on here, Lucas? He's struggling right now. Can't seem to get things rolling for himself. He usually leads the way, so it can be a bit difficult if you're the first man running onto the site sometimes. I mean, sometimes you're just getting one bulleted every time, but he does need to actually get into this fight at some point. Phelps as well, one of the players that Immortals really rely on to get a lot of work done, is only sitting on 2 kills himself, so we'll have to see, whereas Nothing is just farming up right now.
Looks like Henny wanted to go a bit aggressive with the AWP, but he does slow it down behind the flashbang. Grenade on him, that's just annoying. And the follow-up Molotov, he's going to have to fall back from that position. Nothing and Automatic are on the other side of the map. And actually going to be a fight between Steel and Automatic, or it looks like it may have been. Automatic certainly has a really good angle here, especially if Nothing is willing to throw a flashbang in there. Although I think he may have just used his last one. That's a shame. Otherwise, that could have been a great peek into middle.
Delays here, the slow pace. But this is going to be B. There's 4 players here. Skadoodle, though, somehow hits a shot on Bolts. Catches him crouching in the corner there, as you guys can see. Or you saw his boot, at least. But, I mean, man advantage once again here for Cloud9. Drop is controlled by Immortal, so this does put a little bit of pressure here on Cloud9. But they've got 2 players waiting in connector, with 2 on the side itself for Cloud9. So this should be a pretty solid setup. Exactly. Nothing. Catches Phelps out.
A very hard angle to engage in that one. If you're coming in from the T side, just not easy at all. Stewie catching Lucas, trying to crouch peek through the smoke just at the edge of it there. Not so easy to do with an AK-47, although if you notice, that style of peeking has become so popular with the AWP. Everybody does it, the crab walk.
The crab walk. Yeah.
It's back in style all of a sudden.
It's just so agonizingly slow. You get so nervous every time you see it happen because it's just like, you're so slow. And yet still somehow Oppers are able to crab walk into angles and find shots. So
yeah, it's almost like a sort of a resurgence of that meta game where that happens again.
Mm-hmm.
I still think the jump into the angle type of peeking that we've seen all the way back from 1.6, and that sort of made a re-entry into the game when they changed the AWP scope speed, how fast you could walk when you were scoped. That sort of came back a little bit. I think people have not explored that enough. I think that could be some pretty big upgrades to that kind of peeking. But for now, we have a timeout for Immortals. A timely timeout, Samla? Do you think so?
I mean, at this point, you take it whenever you can, right? 7-1. This is a bit one-sided. They're definitely looking a bit distraught.
Well, where's all this, the sort of the energy and all the loudness from this team? We've heard that in the past from Immortals, right? They do get pretty fired up when things are working out. So where is that? Sure, you're off to a slow start, but just someone should try to reignite the team here. They have almost no kills between them. That's not a good situation to be in.
Yeah, and they've missed their window to really stunt Cloud9's economy. You guys can see that there's just mad money right now on Cloud9. They have everything that they need, full buys across the board. And, well, Immortals themselves, because they saved those 2 guns, they have some firepower here, and the rest of Immortals are just going to go for some pistols and nades, but it's almost like they just need to go for a chaos round here, Immortals. Like, they just need to limber up a little bit, you know, just stretch out, shake off the nerves, because this slow play right now, when they aren't hitting their shots, I don't think it's really helping them. If they can get some kind of chaotic round to go in where it's just, you kind of throw luck to the wind and see if you just run over Cloud9, which you can do on the B side of Cobblestone, that could be the better option than this kind of slow approach where it relies heavily on people just hitting their shots.
Yeah, I mean, I do agree that if you're down this far behind, go for something sort of really basic and simple, right? If it becomes too elaborate, you increase the chances that any one part of that plan will not work out. They are trying for a drop here again. 3 people going to be going down. Bolts and Lucas are still hanging out behind, though, and they're being allowed to get quite far into drop here without anyone realizing, but Shroud, he did hear them, and with only 45 seconds left, that Molotov is going to buy valuable time off. What's worse is Stewie has one for the plateau as well, so he just put that one up. Immortals, they're running the clock down very low here.
And Skadoodle and Automatic still hanging around over on the A side as well. Henny gets the opening shot. Shroud, however, will hold his own. 2 kills for Shroud. He brings it back. Man advantage for Cloud9, and the full rotation is coming out now for the North American team as well. Shroud definitely looking for another fight, but Henny can't seem to connect.
Luckily, Lucas has finally showed up in the match. Gets a headshot with the Deagle, taking down Stewie. So 2-on-2, and that's not the big problem. Oh, what is going on? Lucas, we're going to get that on a replay for you. Triple headshot. Better late than never.
Okay. Well, we have Shroud here. This is him catching Phelps, the initial kill. Oh, come on. We have to have Lucas.
The fact that they can't... Yeah, there we... Oh, my God.
Yeah, okay, he woke up.
Madness. Absolute madness. He has 3 kills, and they're all in that one round, and they're all Deagle headshots. I was going to say, here's the crazy part. When that happens, they have 10 seconds on the clock, and Henny is locked down in drop with an AWP and almost no health left. So if that doesn't happen, they lose the round. I mean, there's nothing else to really say about that. 7-2. And we're moving into the 10th round. That is great news.
Oh, you're talking about how you needed an explosive round or something along those lines to get Immortals fired up, and that's going to do it. Right now, they should be definitely feeling good about themselves. Phelps is going to lead the way. It looks like taking quite a bit of damage to start. Stewie still alive on the site itself and backing off through the smoke. Wise move on his part. He nearly gets the deny on the bomb plant as well.
Great if he could have Shroud. We'll take down Lucas, so back in the pit for him now. It's a 4-on-4 with a bomb planted. They're kind of running through the smoke, in fact. Phelps picking up 2 kills more, and Steel with the double UMP spray down. Very interesting stuff. This round was very well executed from Immortals. They actually managed to get the full smoke lineup. No joke, that even this corner, which can be sort of, you have to equip a lot of smokes. They had the full lineup. They put the bomb down behind it. But what I really like is as they were fading, obviously when they're fading, that's when Cloud9 started to push through. And actually Immortals did the counter push just to happen. I think that sort of caught Cloud9 a little bit off guard. So just a very good way to cut up the bomb site and then get in there and win the round, putting Cloud9 on pistols.
Yep. And now there's like 2.5, 3K across the board for Cloud9, so they're going to go ahead and have an eco round, but they will be able to buy up in the next one. And Immortals, well, great. Nice nade, but Immortals are not hesitating at all. This time around, it's straight out onto the A site with a rush. Hoping to just crash through if there are pistols, but nothing in Skadoodle finding shots. They're turning this into a 3-on-3.
Oh, good shot from Henny. Automatic has had 100 different opportunities to get a Deagle headshot, and he's just managed to throw all of them away, and I don't know why. It's literally had 2 different targets that had their back turned. That's unfortunate. It does happen with the Deagle, but if he could have got a kill on one of those 2 players in the beginning, that would have been interesting. With Immortals managing to stabilize in spite of a failed Molotov and some good kills early on for Cloud9. That would get 7-4. Now they're talking to each other.
Now they are. They're starting to get fired up a little bit here. Definitely heard some shouts after that round as well. So we'll see. We'll see how this pans out. If Immortals are going to be able to turn it around, pick up the remaining 4 rounds in this half. Cloud9 still in the lead, 7-4. Cloud9 looking pretty good right now, I have to say. Because 7 rounds on CT Cobble, that's already a pretty respectable scoreline for the first half.
Yes, it is. I think Cloud9 will be perfectly happy with the 7 rounds here, regardless of what else happens in this game. It is on Immortals right now to show us that they can bring it back in this one. They did also pick the map, we should point out. The second map is going to be Dust 2, and that was picked by Cloud9. So I think Immortals is going to be fine playing Dust 2 anyway. Firepower behind Penny and other players should be possible. Great spray coming out of Automatic. Just look at that. Lucas and Steel will go down. Didn't even bother to actually peek out for the second kill. Just bang him right through. Why not?
Dude, that was so cool. Just like holding the angle, and he gets the headshot, so he sticks to it. Sick play from Automatic, who, I mean, yeah, was a little lackluster when he had the Deagle, missing a lot of shots. There, he got the job done. He redeemed himself. Double spray down.
I'm losing my mind.
What?
The bomb is quite far back. Stewie is going to be pushing up and taking down Phelps. Volts will go next as well. Excellent headshots coming out of Stewie. We expect nothing less at this point, really. He has shown himself as the star of this team, I think. And Henny in a 1-on-4. Can you say "do that so cool" one more time? I've never heard you sound more like someone who lived in LA ever before. I want someone.
Came back from the beach.
Can somebody please just edit that out? Please do that.
Dude. You gotta stop. Gotta stop. Stop laughing. Stop putting me on point here, man.
It's too early.
Stewie
will take down one more headshot. Nobody even touches him. He survives on 100 health and 100 armor as well. 8-4. The timing is so bad. I mean, Immortals, this time they did get a streak of 3 rounds in. Good news there, but because they lost so many players in all those 3 rounds, their economy still stretched quite thinly. Now, they can buy the rifles here, but they don't have all the grenades that they need, and Lucas, is that going to be something on the ground? No, the deagle. I'm fine with that, actually.
Yeah, if you can repeat, give us a repeat performance here, a rerun, Lucas. Yeah, sure, that'll turn it around. I mean, the thing is, they might be limited in their options. Henny has that AWP, but the rest of them, they only have the 4 smokes, which is enough for that execute onto the B side if they want to go for it. And again, they're gathered outside of B halls. It's Steel who's kind of lurking over towards the A site. Nothing rotating back over there along with Automatic. So there is a window of opportunity here for Immortals because they've been very aggressive taking over drop room. And there you go. There you go.
Never buy anything but this deal. What a madman. He's going to go for maybe a fight towards nothing. All those grenades making his life hard at the moment. Has to try and find the one corner of that room that is not on fire. 4-on-4 as Seal goes down, and now a minute on the clock. Lucas picking up more kills with the Deagle all day, every day. Stewie deciding to ignore that. Did he not see him? He must have not had. They're right next to each other. Please turn around. Stewie and Phelps having a little truce in the middle of the war. Sign that there's still some humanity left, even in Counter-Strike. Skadoodle will be going down and Automatic. And Stewie's had enough. He's like, I will fight them now. It is too late. Henny breaking the truce for a moment, and that will be it. The ceasefire is done. How does that happen? Is he playing on 4-3? Is that it?
Ah, this can't.
Can we get confirmation?
How does?
Can we find out whether or not Stewie's playing on 4-3?
Where's Skadoodle then? Is that what's going on here? Because Stewie, he obviously doesn't want to get flashed. He's waiting for some kind of execute. He's not expecting Immortals to just walk out. He's expecting some kind of signal, some kind of flash where he's going to turn around and catch them as they try and make their way onto the site. Instead, they walk right by him. That guy right there, not paying, well, not that he's not paying attention, it's just that he just didn't look left. Timeout from Immortals, okay.
That is so funny. Yes, he is. Look at this production crew, Semler. They're on point. They go and investigate for us whether or not it is. Well, there you go, Stewie. It has no documented benefits, but everybody, well, a lot of people still love using it, reaching all the way back. This is a 1.6 phenomenon, essentially.
It's the CRT days, you know? It's just like people complaining about vanilla servers and WoW. They'll never come back. You can have your CRT monitor, like you can go and play on a vanilla server for WoW.
Do you really
need to do that?
I was going to say they exist. People still get caught up in that.
I think I still have my old CRT monitor in the garage at home.
It is a relevant academic discussion that goes on in top-level Counter-Strike circles about what ruins more pro careers, World of Warcraft, girlfriends, or other things.
There's other things too.
There are other factors in this. Automatic is the last one left, and he doesn't really have much that he can do in this round. Maybe looking for a cool P250 headshot. Lucas on the side, he doesn't have a deagle, so I'm not sure it's going to work out well for him. Henny's going to steal the kill. And 8-6, I don't know. Immortals picked this map, so let's give them the benefit of the doubt and say maybe they do have an Unreal CT side that they can use. And look at this, they both played on the 4-3.
Skadoodle as well with the 4-3. I mean, what is it like? All right, no. What is going on here? Yeah, nothing's place stretched. No, he's got black bars as well. Maybe it's like actually like a requirement to play on Cloud9. You know, you start out 16-9, you know, and you're feeling good about yourself, and then nothing reaches over and just like turns off your monitor. Like, we need to talk.
Something must change. Very aggressive move coming out of nothing. He's trying to follow it up, in fact, but almost gets taken out. But the counter grenades coming out, actually working out very well. Phelps very nearly dead. And Stewie will get the kill eventually. A lot of grenades, a lot of Molotovs, especially coming in from Immortals. They still have 2 left, and are they going to try and push behind this? They've slowed it up quite a bit. Look at this. They have the whole wall of smokes down in the B-bomb site right now, and yet they're not pushing behind it. A lot of time has been waiting. Those smokes are going to go up any second now. They're finally on the site, trying to see if they can get the frags in. It's Lucas with an AK this time. He can make that work too. Shroud and Skadoodle 2 on 3 here. And they are trying to stay alive now. Just Shroud. No bomb plant. Can't get the kill. Bolts with an excellent round. 3 headshots. That will finish the half. 8-7. Slightly in favor of Cloud9. Wow. High powered. I mean, it started kind of slow, but now we're getting into it.
It's that question of whether is where they're getting warmed up, they're getting their flow, figuring it out for Immortals, because clearly they started off cold at the beginning with their key players not hitting shots, nothing really panning out for them. It was Cloud9 who started strong. And then maybe Cloud9 starts to overthink things, right? To start hesitating a little bit, and that gives Immortals the opening to get in there. That 2v, I mean, the 2v4 round was a big one at the beginning, but mainly I think it's the Lucas round that kind of just got Immortals fired up. The 3 kills with the Deagle.
Yeah, I mean, that obviously helps out. You were looking like a lost round for a good while then. 10 seconds left, then all the Deagle shots come in. The buy that we're seeing out of Cloud9 is a hell of a lot of utility for a pistol round. An unbelievable amount, in fact. 2 smokes, 2 flashbangs, a Molotov as well. That's 2 people with armor and also no Tech 9 armor or anything. So it's all Glocks all the way. That already is very heavily implies that we're going to see a set piece execute coming out here.
Lots of decoys as well. Okay. Curious, you know,
My
like
favorite grenade.
Yeah, there used to be some fun troll strats that they used to do on Inferno. Buy 5 decoys, throw them top mid, and then just run straight at them or something like that. You know, just like because the firing is covering your footsteps.
Now, personally, I think decoys should mimic footsteps every once in a while. Then,
whoa.
Then imagine the madness unfolding.
No, it's bad enough that we get Negev and AWP decoys, bro. Like,
Negev
no
decoys.
more decoys, please.
Penny, hot in the hot tub in that corner. Steel is going to be getting the kill, and Henny will get one. Lucas hitting more headshots with the pistol. I wish he would use nothing but that right now. Henny trying to stay alive, and they're right next to him. Shooting out the pottery, it's going to be Henny going down. Shroud coming up with a big double kill, but he can't finish the round. Immortals pick up the pistol, and now they must be fired up. Slow start for them, but in the last, they've won like 6 out of the last 8 rounds that have been played if you count the end of the first half. Very impressive.
Yeah, and they trade pistols. Cloud9 got the pistol round, their CT pistol. Now it's Immortals, so that pretty much stabilizes things, tying it up at 8-8. 3 UMPs, 2 rifles picked up here for Immortals, and Henny just staying alive forever. They just couldn't find this guy. Now that was nicely done by Immortals. A good hold. Pretty much what we saw from Cloud9, though. It's like they've just changed roles. We saw the exact same thing happen to Immortals when they were on the T-side pistol. They just ran in, and Cloud9 were the ones hitting all the headshots. So what's going on here, Cloud9? What happened since the beginning of the first half to the beginning of the second half? There's definitely been a shift.
Yeah, I mean, it's like different trajectories at this point. Immortals are sort of slowly going up, and Cloud9 cooling off a tiny bit. Now, can they do anything about it? Where's the timeout for Cloud9? Or, and I mean, this is actually where I think Cloud9 is a really fun team to watch, is that they do have players like Stewie, and while he was pretty good on the CT side, I think he's going to be much more impactful on the T side. He has got 13 kills, it's 14 on Shroud, but I think this is where Stewie needs to do whatever it is he does.
Oh, Henny. Oh, he still gets 2. Are you? And 3. How does he survive that? Opportunity there for
He was even
Cloud9.
getting body blocked from a teammate, I think, who was trying to get him there and help him out. So that could have been very bad, but it will work out just fine. Henny, 15 kills, tied with Shroud for the lead in the server here. Immortals now with a round lead, 9-8.
So, this will be the hard eco coming in from Cloud9. Skadoodle saving for his AWP, so that's to be expected. 3,400, so he's got it in the bag guaranteed now pretty much. And Cloud9, I think they just need to kind of throw this round away, right? Just get in there fast, get the rifles, and start working from there. go for the set piece then. We do have a good nade investment coming in here from the Immortals, but not as much as what we saw Cloud9 going for.
Look at the flank here. Bolts is actually charging in with the MP9. Did they hear him? Nothing certainly is aware, and now the rest of the team, a firing squad waiting for Bolts. He's falling back off the stairwell, trying to reenact some kind of Hollywood movie, but he does get taken out. It's a 4-on-4, and Henny's still covering on the other side, so things will work out fine for Immortals, I think.
They kill Bolts, and they don't have anything really apart from the MP9. Grenades? No, like Bolts didn't spend anything on this round, pretty much. So that's like contrary to what happened with Cloud9, where you had like automatic dying and he had full economy kit, everything like that. You know, very expensive death versus Bolts, who basically had an MP9 and Kevlar. Like there's a big difference in eco management there. Prefer Immortals approach, not spending too much in these rounds where you can't just get shot in the face up close from a pistol.
Or UMP, wielded by Henny.
Yep. More money.
If they go out long, then Steel, I think, is going to have a fairly good angle on them, and they can't get close to him because he has the Molotov, so it will be not an easy route to take. 30 seconds also means they need to start making their way somewhere where they want to commit, because otherwise they will just run plainly out of time. Last Molotov is used then. Lucas doing a good job with the FAMAS. An automatic running up here, hoping that they will all have rotated on the bomb site, but they didn't. Sad times.
Yeah, now we look at Cloud9 in this round. This is the 19th round. This round we've all been waiting for. The rifles, the grenades getting picked up. And, I mean, if ever there was a time, Automatic, Stewie, Ska, you know, to wake up, it's right here and now. You can't let Immortals really just start to take off here. Because that's kind of Immortals. Immortals are more of a momentum team than anything, right? They get fired up, and then they're really tough to handle because all of a sudden their guys are hitting shots. Look at this. I mean, they had a very slow start, low single digits for Immortals on some of these players. Now they're all into the mid-teens. They're actually all starting to hit their shots and wake up here. It's only really Steel who's trailing, but in the second half, we really haven't seen too much of him. He didn't have any luck with his lurking in the first half either. So, but what I'm saying is, across the board, Immortals, they're starting to wake up here. So, it's on Cloud9 now. Cloud9 gathered outside of A, default approach here, but Shroud already in drop. No, he's at plateau right now. What is this? Different approach from Immortals, actually, on how they want to hold drop. Lucas and Phelps with the crossfire.
It's a lot of manpower to put into that position, but it is also a key part of the map, so can't blame them, really. The downside is the fact that Bolts is alone, and because, if you see, he's already in smoke back over at long, that's a big problem. He has almost no information. For all he knows, there could just be one person pushing him back with a single smoke, or it could be the entire team coming around the corner, and he's the one who has to be... Oh my god, nothing! What are you doing?
The flick, okay. That was a, like, panic flick as well. That's just muscle memory kicking in.
Yeah, it was like a startled kitten at that point. Jumping, what is going on?
Do pugs do that? Like puppy pugs?
No, nothing pugs do is fast at all. All very slow motion. Nothing will be going down in return. Back to sleep for him. Steel is out of the round. Shroud will get that kill. 4 versus 3 here, and Bolts trying to hide in the corner, but after lurking there for so long, just doesn't work out. Lucas out in the open with the FAMAS. It's not the best weapon to get that long range spray. So, good round for Cloud9. Look at this. Like, what? What's going on? It's a really good shot for nothing.
Yeah. And nothing has been kind of leading the way for Cloud9 so far on this map. So, I mean, he had the strong start at the beginning and just kind of kept up that level somewhat, down to 12 kills. He's up to 12 kills now. It's actually Stewie and Shroud tied for 16 at the top, but nothing has been getting some key shots in.
Just want to believe that nothing is like sort of a 1.6 veteran, but every once in a while the PTSD kicks in and he just, then he does it, you know, then it works out and then goes back to sleep for a while.
Back to the roots, exactly. What is he like, the grandpa? He wakes up, he's in the rocking chair, he wakes up.
That's
Let me tell you about my day. Nah, go back to sleep, grandpa.
That's exactly what I mean. 20th round is here. Steel has got the max 7 and he is in drop. Phelps over by a plateau and Bolts by the statue, so traditional common setup being put out here by Immortals. Steel and Henny, though, I'm more interested in. Nice boost. I like the boost variation. Yeah, they got a bit of a setup over at long. Automatic is on the other side. And this time, unlike last round, it's just Automatic making noise over here, trying to distract them.
And I mean, it's succeeding because it's not just the one man over here on the A side holding. Steel and Henny are both here setting up the defense for Immortals on the A site, whereas Cloud9 with 4 Molotovs, they're about to take over that B site. Automatic taking a bit of a fight there and gets spotted out by Henny. So there's some information. They know that there are 2 players over here, Cloud9. They have a window of opportunity knowing that there's only going to be 3 here on B. But the longer they wait, this allows for time to Henny to rotate over. They need to go. I think this is the timing that Cloud9 need to hit.
Lucas almost burns alive in that drop. That's not a good way to get started. Shroud will have gone down. Bolts hitting a great headshot. Skadoodle, they nearly line up for him. That could have been a 2-for-1, but it's not going to happen. Great flick coming out of Skadoodle. Still 18 seconds left. 1 versus 3, and Bolts just easy clean up for him at the end. 11-9. Cloud9 getting knocked out in that round. Just no chance at all. And now, I mean, now it really feels like there was a plan all along, that Immortals did have a good idea of how to control the CT side.
I think this is also Cloud9 kind of stumbling. It feels like that kind of information, if Automatic calls 2 on A, and you already have everybody set up on B to execute on B, feels like there's just a little bit too long of a wait there from Cloud9 to actually get the ball rolling. That's a shame, because now that means they're on pistols. Immortals, they get that feel-good moment where they just completely shut Cloud9 out.
Shroud. They're using an awful lot of grenades on the Immortals side, and none of which are really necessary. But at least the smoke and, oh, look at that, they're both on the other side. They walk right into it. He just continues spraying. He's got the double already. Steel picking up one of his own. Automatic. I just don't see him making it. They shoot him in the legs, Samler. Unnecessarily cruel.
Make him a cripple? What is that?
What's the legal standard? Cruel and unusual punishment? I feel like it's too much, isn't it?
12-9 right now, an Automatic, bit of a chat, but when do they go for the timeout? We haven't seen a single timeout called yet here from Cloud9 in this half. The Chickens, even they are horrified by this. They're just, they want out.
But the Chickens clearly are having a timeout. Even they are smarter than Cloud9.
We need to have the little dunce caps for the Chickens now or something, you know, stare into the corner.
The chicken referee just ready and waiting.
I mean, yeah, because Immortals were very good about it. It got to like 6-1, I think it was, first timeout. Then when they experienced a little bit more difficulty to end the half, they go for another timeout. Here, Cloud9, unfortunately for them, the 2-men and drop get just annihilated, and it's going to be down to the 3 pushing up. Slope A, Henny is going to miss the first shot, but he's got that line now.
I don't know why nothing ran through that smoke. That seems like such a mad idea. Hey, great shot from Henny, taking out Automatic. Shroud and Skadoodle, they're going to get the bomb plant down, but now it's a 1-on-4 Shroud. We need some of that FPL action coming out of him. He takes down Phelps already, so 1-on-3. And the headshot from Bolts, though, it goes the wrong way. Shroud not able to make it work this time, but Bolts will a triple for him. Doing quite a good job. Still on top of the scoreboard is Henny. 19 kills. I feel like that is a comfortable position for Immortals to be in. Whenever Henny's doing this well, you know something good is coming.
Yeah, showing that there are the individual players. Right now, man, not seeing a lot of talking happening here over on Cloud9. They're looking more focused than anything, but they know that they're in a hard eco scenario here. Half buy, basically, is what's going to happen. But, what is it that is going on? Is it the fact that nothing jumps the gun? Or that they try and get into drop early and then that throws things out of whack and Cloud9 feel desperate after that?
So, the first trade that happens in drop, nothing knew that there was a second player there when the smoke went up. So, the idea of running, he must have felt like he had to because his teammates were pushing on the other side of the map. So he sort of felt like he had to commit to it, but that was definitely very dangerous. Lucas and Steel will be getting the early frags here, and as you said, it's sort of a half buy coming in for Cloud9, and they are getting annihilated. Stewie, run and gun with a tech line, and great action coming out of him, making it expensive for Immortal. This all counts. Stewie sort of saving the round for them there and getting those 2 kills. The money's not that great for Immortals. They've won 4 rounds in a row, but nobody's about even 10K. Now it's the time for Cloud9. I really want to see that timeout. Somebody throw in that towel, just give him a break.
Nothing doing a bit of the talking right now. But yeah, no timeout, no pause, no break. Instead, just they're trying to put their heads down and bowl forward here, Cloud9. And again, I'm curious to see if they're going to go for just the straight aggression towards the B site, because right now they are gathering up, but it's looking like they're hoping that Henny goes aggressive. Skadoodle was able to get into the angle to hold it fairly early on there. And Henny has been known to do that in the past. Go to broken wall, jump up, just take a shot. But now he's got to back off. Skadoodle getting Molotov. What a deep Molotov.
Yeah, actually it's quite impressive. Someone should find out a way to build more variation. And now Immortals coming in with the 3-man push down B long. That's very interesting. Rarely have we seen this before. Phelps charging through. Oh, he gets stabbed with the AWP. Skadoodle takes him out. And now Steel will be in the grave as well. Shroud with that kill. 3 versus 5 here. A good kill coming in from Lucas as well on Cloud9. But it is looking good for the American team. They are in the lead, but Henny is flanking them. 10 more seconds, and this will be a very bad turn of events for Cloud9.
Flanking with the op, no less. Oh, and Stewie just checked the angle as well. They have no idea now, Cloud9. Stewie just checked the angle. He doesn't see Henny, and now Henny's going to get a free shot. He gets both of them, in fact. Unbelievable. Misses the flick. He goes back for it. That gives them an opening, but Bolts is still here, and nothing in Stewie. Both so very low. Bomb is making its way towards the A side, however. 30 seconds left. That's plenty of time for Stewie to make the mad dash and actually get that bomb planted.
Well, what a crazy round. If Henny had got that second kill immediately, then probably they would have won it by now. Bolts has a very good shot still of doing this, but he has to move fairly quickly, even with the kit, because he's got so many angles to check. He's got to check all over the place. The bomb is planted out in the open, which is smart for Cloud9. He's going to be walking into a crossfire, and he's going to get taken out. Nothing will get the double kill. Well done for him. 10-14 is the scoreline here. That's the second round that Cloud9 win in the second half here. That's the second round. So it's about time.
But it was a gift, Anders.
It
like,
was
that's
a
the
gift.
thing. It's like it's not like they won it, Cloud9. It's that Immortals did everything they could to give it to them.
All good things come to those who wait, Sumner.
I
That
suppose
kind of
so,
situation.
eventually, right? You know?
The thing is, that triple push down B is something that other teams have theorized about. I know I talked to VP about it. I talked to Threat about it from NIP. So there are other teams that have considered that kind of play. It is so hard to do. Because the other problem is, if you do it and you get caught doing it, then they know you've got 3 people who are miles away from the A-bomb site. So if one person spots you, then they can just rush A immediately, right? So it's very dangerous. But I love the Immortals are just showing us some creative play. I mean, throughout this first map, and I love it.
It's just, yeah. It's like they're trying to end it. They need to be patient. Because Henny with that flank, yes, he gets the first kill, but then he goes for the repeak instead of just sitting there with the op and holding the angle and boxing that player in to plateau. He goes for the repeak, and if he dies there, that's it. That's the way out for them to get to the A site, pretty much. So I mean, painful sort of scenario there.
You understand why people want to do it anyway, because that arch that they're all standing in now, where Skadoodle's aiming with the AK, is obviously a very narrow choke point. So if you can get up here, you can hold that arch forever with smokes and molotovs, right? It is sort of a nice risk-reward situation if you can get up there, but not easy to do. We'll see. 30 seconds on the clock. Pushing in, Stewie needed to get that kill because now they're all going to be wrapping up to the B bomb site here. Down to 25 seconds. Steel boosted up, looking out behind the tree, gets the spray, but then he gets shut down by Automatic. 3 on 2 here as Automatic follows it up with a really big kill on Phelps coming in from the rear. Bolts and Henny. They're miles away. They're not even going to fight this. That's very interesting. I'm surprised that they didn't make their way further towards the bomb site.
Yeah, that kills it, basically. Unfortunately, with Stewie getting caught as well in that lurk roll.
Yeah, that's supposed to be the beginning of the end for them, because if Stewie gets a kill and then they hit the B bomb site, the last person on A can't rotate over to B and all is good. Because they kill Stewie so early and they don't see anybody else there, there's no other grenades raining in. Should be a clear sign that it's a B push. I don't know why they were so slow, Immortals, but 14-11. They're still in a good position. And obviously they don't have money to rebuy the rest of the rifles. They will just have the AK and the AWP here.
Just don't want to make the mistakes. Don't want to make the mistakes that might cost them. Over-rotating, etc. Still, a very tough sort of scenario here, because this is going to put them in an awkward spot as far as the money is concerned for Immortals. Still have the 2 guns saved from the last round, so there is that to work with. But then the rest of them are going for pretty much a hard eco. And we'll see. I mean, we've seen crazier things happen in the past. Henny with that AWP surviving. They have 2 rifles between Bolts and Henny. They can turn it around here versus Cloud9. Cloud9, of course, with the full buy, and Cloud9 going for some early aggression here towards the A site. Flash goes into underpass, and there we go. Henny catches Shroud. That was over at B Plateau. Now there's 4 players here ready to go onto the A site, and Bolts is here with the AK.
Oh, this is going to be interesting for Cloud9. They're all pushing up, but actually getting wrapped around from Steel. He is on a hyper-aggressive flank coming in. Another 10 seconds, and he will be in good position. Henny will take down Stewie. Spray comes through from Automatic. They lost nothing as well. Cloud9, this is supposed to be a great round for them. And look at how he's chilling right in front of Skadoodle. What is that pose? Nice shot from Skadoodle, but Steel. 3 seconds, and he's going to be in position. Skadoodle still looking for the shot here. Now up on the corner, and it's going to be Lucas again with the pistol instead. But Steel would have been there either way. Immortals winning a big round off of a half buy and a save and everything else into that round. Cloud9 just managed to get themselves sandwiched in really badly.
Yeah, I mean, the guns, look at that. By the time the push really begins on this A side, Henny's already got 2 kills with the op. I mean, there you go. The hero op that gets saved for the next round pretty much pulls Immortals into the 15th round. Cloud9 into their 15th round, rather. Cloud9 on 11, and Cloud9 with a force by Tech9's nothing the only guy who can afford a rifle in this round. So now, I mean, it's actually a very similar sort of scenario to what we saw in the round before this one, or before the last one, where Stewie alone over on A, and the rest of Cloud9 gathered up here towards the B site, and they want to see if, Immortals are going to gift them around again. Look at this, Skadoodle just holding this angle.
They do have Molotovs to put into where Steel is holding in the corner, and that could be a problem. He has the smoke to extinguish it if it comes, but, timing is everything when you're there. Lucas is there to help him out. I'm kind of liking this. I do love the aggressive plateau setup because you get much more information much earlier about what kind of push is happening on the B side, and we see the push into drop already. Out on plateau, though, Shroud and Skadoodle are still just hanging on. They're waiting.
Steel's got a little bit of a gap to work with. Unfortunately, the nade goes a bit too far. That would have done monster damage. But there is a man waiting right outside. That's Phelps at connector. There's Lucas and Steel stacked up on plateau working together. But 45 seconds left, and we're starting to get to that point now. Exactly. Flashes go through. Cloud9 looking for the fight. Steel, if he gets the second kill, that would have been monster, but he's not going to manage it. Instead, this just kills all over the place, and just like that, it's Stewie, the last man alive in a 1v3. To get shot in the back by Lucas on the sights.